people of Earth, the following podcast is not real. When we last left off, and that's assuming you were listening last week, which is an extreme version of wishful, magical, delusional thinking, our main characters wandered off into another fake parallel dimension, Cowboy World. Almost as if to punish those faithful listeners who only want more of the same. Well, too bad. For every season of Mandalorian, you gotta sit through some Book of Boba Fett. Since Cowboy World is populated with its own counterparts of our heroes, you can imagine what might happen. And if your imagination is good enough, you probably don't need to listen to the rest of this episode. For all the rest of us also-rans, sit back and enjoy the show.
So right up here is the Burgundy Bronco, and that's kind of our hangout. That's our saloon. I do want to say, if you're not interested, you don't have to make fake noises like that. I do want to say that we do.
This is what I do. I'm an active listener. I know on our week-long ride across the land to come here, maybe that didn't come off, but
it's just I feel like I've been giving you a tour of Hyphoon, and every time I point at something, you go, "Oh," but it looks like you're not really paying attention.
Okay.
Well, it's actually there's a very interesting parallel between many of the things in this town to a town that we come from called Hog's Face.
Oh. Now I'm doing it.
No.
See, it's very easy to fall into that trap.
I feel like, is a noise that's for me, and if it's for me, you can drop it. I don't need it. That's what I'm saying. So if you're going, for my sake, don't, because I don't care.
Are you tired of having us on your back? Because if you are, I think... Oh, no?
No, it's fine. I don't feel it. But like I said, this is the Burgundy Bronco. This is our saloon where we do our, what does Arnie call it? A podcast. This is where we do our podcast.
Your Arnie does a podcast
suddenly you're
too?
Interested, huh? You meet a celebrity and suddenly you're interested. You didn't know I was a celebrity, huh?
I am interested.
Now, do you want my horseshoe stamp?
No, that sounds very painful.
Well, I dip my horseshoe in ink and then I press it on someone's forehead, and it's kind of like a little keepsake.
Can I ask, does it have to be the forehead?
I prefer. I guess it technically could be somewhere else. But anyway, listen, we do have another Arnie, so we need to figure out some way to not get confused. He does look like you and act like you, yeah.
I wonder if it's like Back to the Future rules, where if I accidentally make contact with a me from another dimension, there's a paradox and it destroys everything.
Can I be honest with you, big guy? You're not going to find a paradox around here. We are surrounded by desert. So if you're looking for some other sightseeing, if you're bored of this town, I am sorry to say you're not going to find what you're looking for.
I know you're a horse, but you are so much like Chunt. Like exactly like Chunt.
I don't know what that means, but thank you. Just shrug you off my back here. Sorry to dump you on the sand there, on the dirt. And I always love, let me go first. I always love pushing open saloon doors. Yeah. Clip clop, motherfuckers, it's me.
Champ. Bam! Come on, we're doing the podcast! Usidore, let's hide over in the corner, just in case me getting closer causes a paradox.
Is this a pervert thing?
If it helps, yeah.
Great.
From the Dusty Saloon, a weekly podcast from the Wild West world of Hyphoon. I'm your host, Arnie and Niekamp. 7.5 years ago, I fell through a dimensional portal behind a golden corral in Cicero, Illinois, into the old western cowboy world of Hyphoon. Luckily, I'm still getting a Wi-Fi signal from the golden corral through the dimensional rift, and I used my rudimentary understanding of science to build this here hand crank that supplies electricity to my laptop. So I'm able to record this podcast in the saloon, the Burgundy Bronco, in the town of Hogswood, in the land of Hyphoon. And I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Ulysses.
I am Ulysses D. Lamore, wildest gunslinging outlaw you ever saw, wanted in 17 counties, yet known for my bravery and noble heart by those that ain't trying to manipulate me. The indigenous folk who we did steal this land from know me as Dances with Light and Shadows. The Spanish know me as Maestro del Chaos, and I'm known by those Dahlgren Pinkertons in the Northeast as Magic Jack Star.
Ulysses, it's good to see you again. How you doing, bud?
Oh, I'm doing well today, Arnie. It's a pleasure to once again make your acquaintance, as I like to say. I always feel like I'm meeting you for the first time.
Yeah, we've done this every week for 7 years, but we still like to introduce ourselves to each other as much as possible.
Well, certainly, I don't want anyone in your fancy futuristic world to forget who he is exactly.
Yeah.
So every week they hear our voice coming over their airwaves. That's the word, right? Airwaves?
Yeah, close enough. You know, Ulysses, it is actually nice to be back in Hogswood. We spent quite a bit of time traveling around High Foon. Recently spent a spell in Saddle Bottom.
Oh,
at the base of the unnameable mesa.
Why, I murdered 2 of them damn Pinkertons and buried them in the ground.
What? You didn't tell me that you murdered anybody while we were there.
Well, hell, why'd you think we had to get out of town?
Oh, I guess that's true. I was
Arnie,
enjoying
Arnie.
staying at the Peculiar Partner. What's that?
Arnie, I've killed someone in every town we've been to.
You've killed someone every town we've been to?
That's right. But I've always killed someone who deserved to be killed.
And I am joined by my other co-host, Champ the Talking Horse.
Champ's up with that, baby.
Yeah, your popular slogan.
Oh, I've sat on my balls. I wish I was a gelding, right? You ever wish you were a gelding?
Every single day of my life.
Really?
I would love to be a beautiful, smooth gelding, just born and walking around.
Just, ever since I was a yearling, I wish I was a gelding. You ever hear that phrase? It's crocheted above my fireplace. I have a fireplace.
Crocheted?
It's crocheted. That's where you take cowhide and you shave in the hide whatever words you want.
Damn.
You never crocheted?
I'm afraid I have not learned that particular skill in my lifetime.
Well, let me grab here. I have an extra crow. Just use its beak. It'll eat up the cow hairs, and then you got yourself a crow shave.
Well, thank you very much for this, Champ. I appreciate you doing me this learning so that I can expand my particular list of skills. But the most important skills that I fear I've garnered are those in which I have to murder them, which is done wrongs.
Arnie, it sounds like Ulysses is going to launch into song. We're going to hear one of his Saloony tunes. Is that fun?
Well, I one-shot a man just to watch him die.
Oh, what a great little ditty.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hey, that's a great amount of banner up top. Hey, why don't I introduce our first guest?
It sounded unauthentic, but okay.
Tourmaline, come on in here.
Howdy, bestie.
Howdy, friend.
Hey,
What are you 3 so-and-sos doing?
Well, we're doing a podcast. Mm-hmm. Is it all right if we interview you a little bit?
Yeah, you want to talk to me, Tormaline Wagon Teen?
What was that again? What was that name?
Tormaline the Wagon Teen? Trying to add me to your wagon team? My wagons are a dream. Listen, I got all sorts of wagons, and the wagons got all sorts of parts. Wagon bows, bonnets, brake levers, jockey box, parts of a wagon.
Oh.
And Tormaline, correct me if I'm wrong. Did I just see that you were a part of the yearly competition known as The Circle? Well, it's a kind of a reality competition where you circle your wagons as best you can?
Yeah, everyone circles a wagon, and you have to try to figure out whose wagon isn't a wagon. One of the wagons is just pretending to be a wagon. And really, it's just a big standee piece of wood cut out to look like a wagon.
Wow.
It's a pretty easy game. Because
Did
the
you win?
standee's into... What?
Did you win?
Yeah, I won a year's supply of salted pork hats.
Whoa.
oh, I'm very jealous. I would
Jealous,
love to have
wow.
a delicious salted pork hat.
Yum,
Keep
yum,
the
yum.
sun out of my eyes until I am hungry enough to eat it.
It's a hat you can eat, and it's cured meat. That's how the jingle goes. The hat you can eat because it's cured meat.
Oh, some more Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Is this going to be quick? Because I'm sort of dealing with an emerging issue.
Oh.
Oh no, what has transpired that requires your attention, son?
Well, okay. Did you come through the middle of the town? Did you come to the middle of Hogswood on your way in here?
Well, I don't know how Champ came into town, but Ulysses and I guess we came around the back way about a day ago.
I skulked my way in, for I fears that perhaps the Pinkertons were waiting for me here in hiding.
And I took the scenic route just to show 2 friends over
Cool.
there.
So y'all can just tell me if you did or did not go through the middle of town.
I'm afraid we
All
did
the other
not.
information is actually
Oh,
extraneous.
I did.
Okay, great. So, Whizla Applesnatcher's still down in the well, and we're all trying to get her out.
Oh, no. Well, not Whizla, Applesnatcher. Arnie, do we know, Ulysses, do we know a Whizla Applesnatcher?
Everyone around here knows Whizla Applesnatcher on account of she sneaks into everyone's orchards to snatch their apples all the time.
Oh.
Honestly, it's funny as all get out.
She did once upon a time till she got stuck in that well, and now I'm afraid there are no apples being procured by her illicitly.
Yeah.
But I heard, like, the girl that got stuck in the well, that happened so long ago.
Oh, yeah. No, she's been down there for a while, and we've offered to help her get out, but as a point of pride, Whizla Applesnatcher refuses to be helped out of any scenario. She just keeps screaming, I can do it on my own.
I bet if we're all
Here,
very
you can
quiet,
hear her from here. She's in the middle of
listen.
town.
I can do it on my own.
Almost if on cue.
She's been there a long, like, I can't stress enough. She's been there a long
I
time.
can do it on my own.
Huh, yeah, and I'm looking out the saloon door, and I don't see anybody trying to help her, so at this point, it's just pure self-motivation.
Oh, I'm not going to help her. I just, like, she's one of my best friends.
Oh, how'd you two meet? Or maybe we should get her involved, and she can tell the story.
Yeah.
Should
Okay, yeah, follow
Should we
me.
move our table out to the well?
I don't
Oh, the
think you
whole
need to take
table?
the
All right,
table.
everybody
No,
grab
don't
it.
take the-
Everybody
don't take
grab
the-
an end.
All right, grab this table. Let's get it out the door.
It's not going to fit. If you're trying to move this table out there, you got to load it up on a wagon.
On a whole wagon?
On a whole wagon. Look, Champ can pull it. It's going to be great. And I got one. It's only $3 an hour.
Look, I think if
$3
we
an
just,
hour.
kind of like angle it a little bit. Here, hey, you two strangers, why don't you
Whatever.
help us? You grab that part of the table.
Well, all right, here we go.
I can open the door for you. I'm more of a door opening person.
You're more of a door-opening person. You don't want to lift anything.
Arnie, do you see that fellow there who looks quite a bit like you?
I guess so. Less sunburned, I guess.
And he said he wanted to open the door, avoiding work, just like you.
Sure. I guess so.
I mean, you dress like a priest just so people will leave you alone.
And it works. It's worked very well for a long time. Ever since Father Blemish was killed, I started wearing his priest outfit.
Yes, well, of course, we'd be glad to help you with your table. All we need to do,
I can do this by myself.
All right, well, we should still visit her, I suppose.
I like that she has different cadences in which she says it.
Yeah,
Just kinda mix
sometimes she says I can do it on my own. Sometimes she
Yeah.
says I can do it by myself.
You gotta keep it
Sometimes she
fresh.
says I don't need no
Yeah.
one but me.
When you're trapped in a well, you have to
Nobody
keep
come
it
and help
fresh.
me. I can do this on my own. I can do this on my own.
Whizla, girl, have you eaten anything today?
Oh, you know what? I chewed on the bits of some bread and I chewed on a corn muffin and I have some naturally growing mushrooms down here at the bottom of the well and it's been long enough that they don't give me any ill-adverse side effects, so I've been eating on them.
Do you want a salted pork hat?
Oh, girl, I could never take your pork hat from the circle. You circled that wagon.
Thank you. It was hard. But I got a year's supply. So here, take this one.
Hang on. I'm sensing non-teen energy around you.
Yeah, they're coming. They're currently moving a table that is unnecessarily big out here so they can set up,
Why don't they just put it on a chair and lean? Are they too good to lean?
I don't know.
Lean
What-
against this well? Well,
What the fuck? Oh, Usidore, you just... sorry, Arnie, this is Usidore.
Can I be
Arnie,
honest?
Arnie,
I'm not certain they're ever
Ulysses,
going to actually get
Usidore,
out
Arnie,
here.
Usidore,
They are really held up at this
Ulysses,
doorway.
Arnie,
yeah, are they trying to
Usidore.
take a table from the saloon?
Yeah, through the door,
Well,
like the
that's
front
bad.
of the.
Those are
it's
big
bad.
oak tables. Those are big oak tables, farm tables.
They're heavy as all get out.
Ulysses, look, Usidore just shrunk the table down to the size of a thimble.
Oh yeah, my Usidore, he does magic and stuff. We come from a magic world.
Well, Arnie, I don't know if you should be telling people about here in this world.
Oh, sorry,
yes,
jokes.
it's just a skill I've learned.
Oh, I guess I know a few. A horse walks into a saloon, and the man says, "Why the long dick?" And the horse says, "I'm a horse." Is that what you're looking for?
Well, that done right confused me to forget all about that table done being shrunk down.
Can you unshrink it? Can you unshrink our table outside?
Certainly. Just take it out to wherever you want it, and I'll make it its correct size.
Okay, put it right over the well here.
You're putting it on,
my only source of light.
Yeah, don't put it there. It's a table. Put it on the ground.
Hey, y'all, listen. I know that maybe you forgot that Whizla Applesnatch has been down this well going on 8 months. But I'm still down here, and I can get out on my own. But I do need that sunlight. I do that thing where I know when it's going to hit, and I put my hands and feet out to get a little bit of vitamin D, and I take it all in as if my arm was under a big boulder. But it's not. I'm actually just in a well that's too many feet down for me to climb.
Whizla, can I ask you, is your name Whizla Applesnatch or Applesnatcher? Because
Depends on whether or not someone's taken the last part of it. That's the thing about all these kids in town. We're always taking stuff from each other, names included.
Like, I am an apple snatcher, but my family is apple snatch. So when I'm in the act of apple snatching, I am Whizla apple snatcher. At the moment, I'm just apple snatch because I'm sitting back and relax.
Yeah, and my last name is Wagon Team, so I'm Tormaline Wagon Teen of the Wagon Team.
wow, people's personalities seem to be really heavily influenced by what their last name is, or what their last name is almost.
Listen, your name is your family's thing that they do, and that's a job that they can train you in. For example, Whizla's whole family has been stealing apples from people since what? How many generations now?
This is the 4th generation of apple snatch here. Now, the reason why we steal apples is because it's a great icebreaker. Once someone the thing about apple snatchers is we always let you catch us snatching. And then we say, oh, who, me? Just a little apple snatcher? And what a great icebreaker, because now we're talking. And, talking gets to chatting gets to commiserating gets to wishes and hopes and dreams. And that's what we're so good at listening to.
Wow. Arnie, here in Hyphoon, it's rumored that the first 2 entities snatched an apple from a tree, and that's what gave us clothes.
Oh.
They peeled the apple and made little clothes out of it.
Yeah, they must have been
very
small.
Yeah,
you had the same thought that I did too,
I did.
right? Or think about this. Maybe the apples were real big.
The apples could have been big, y'all. The apples could have been big.
Wow.
Wow.
My mind is blown.
These tales are quite amazing.
So, Whizla, how long have you been down in this well?
Going on 8 months.
8 months.
Going on 8 months. I can get out on my own, though. I can get out on my own.
Do you want to, though?
I do want to get out. There was a time when I would say between months 3 and 6, I was like, actually, I live here now. Because so many people just come by the well and they chat without me having to snatch. And I was sort of coming accustomed to it and liking it, and it was a nice change of pace. And honestly, it was the hot peak of summer, so the cool, misty waters down here and sort of the dank stones that I could put my head on, rest on, was sort of nice. Now, as fall's coming, and I'm missing snatching them apples and missing, I didn't get to do the wagon circle this year, which was such a bummer because I had a great plan based on catfish, which was to lure everyone to the center with my catfish.
With a catfish, it's classic.
Yeah, classic.
Yum. Yeah, delicious.
So that they'd circle up their wagons real good. So now I'm starting to get ready to get out, but I think I might have a little bit of muscles atrophying.
It would be great if you did, though, only because the water has been straight up unusable for 8 months.
That's true, yeah.
We drank it for a little bit, and everyone got real sick, and we weren't sure why, and then we immediately realized why.
Yeah.
I have noticed since we got back into town that people look a lot more ill than they did before we left.
You sort of get that dysentery look is going about. Yeah, we don't want that. So yeah, it is time for me to get out, but I do need to get out on my own.
If you want a tutorial on how to mask over that sort of dysentery look, or to make the dysentery look work for you, I can absolutely help you there.
Oh my gosh, you should listen to her. She's got so many hot tips.
Can I ask, what is your, you said your legs is kind of atrophied. What is your leg strength from day 1 to now? And what is your plan currently?
Well, if I started as someone who could do hurdles, now I'm someone who cannot do hurdles.
Yeah. I have a rudimentary understanding of science, so I get that.
Yeah.
And I guess my plan is, I've been trying to dry out the slipperiness of the rocks with some of these mosses that are growing down here, using them as sort of sponges. Because really, I feel like it's a grip thing.
Yeah, I've realized that the whole time we're talking to you, you are moving stuff with your arms, but you're doing that by biting onto your sleeves and carrying your arm over to where you want it.
That's right. Yeah. I'm using her.
Yeah, her
That's
arms
me
haven't
climbing the
moved by
stone.
themselves, and I want to say a couple months.
Couple
now.
months.
Which
couple
was
months.
the
like
point at
mo-
which I was like, please take this rope and let me pull you back up here.
Do you know what, y'all? The closest I've gotten out so far is a couple nights ago. Do you remember when we had that great big storm when all the winds was blowing?
Yeah.
And,
Oh, it
and
rained
the,
a ton, too.
And it rained a ton, and the cows were mooing, and the chickens were crowing, and the crowins were a crocheting.
The geese were laying.
The geese were
The
laying.
milkmaids were leaping.
Well, the water started to rise, and I started to float, and then the wind started to whip, and I almost got all the way out. My small body whipping on the wind like I was some kind of spirit. But then I fell back down because the winds died out.
Damn.
But it was exciting. I was almost there.
There's been a murder.
What?
You said the winds died. There's been a murder.
Well, we'll have to figure that out.
Oh,
Who's
no,
been
champ. Oh, no.
Right after this break.
Hey, thank you for listening to Hello from the Magic Tavern. A great way to support the podcast is to join our Patreon. You'll get ad-free versions of our entire back catalog, including all the Magic Tavern spin-offs like Offices and Bosses, Ion Spin Tax, Shadow Sit. There are a lot of them. There are 2 new exclusive bonus episodes every month, Discord, all kinds of stuff. To get more information, go to patreon.com/Magic Tavern. That's patreon.com/Magic Tavern.
Now, Tormaline, so you're from the Wagon team family. Did they always have wagons, or did one day they just wake up and they just imagine wagons?
No, we didn't imagine wagons or invent wagons even. Does that answer your question? There've
think
always
so.
been wagons.
I have a question for you.
Gosh. You guys
How about the thunder and the thunder, the lightning and the thunder? Does that make it hard with the wagons?
What in the actual Christ are you talking about?
I'm not 100%.
Arnie, you are radioactive.
certain.
You need to step back.
Listen, what's it going to take for one of you to buy a wagon? How am I going to get you into one of these bad boys?
How much do they
How many
cost?
What?
How much do they cost?
How much do you have?
What?
How much do you have? Let's make a deal. Listen, these things got everything. They got neck yokes. They got double trees. They got single trees. They got iron tires. They got belly rims. Let's go. Get a wagon. No cap. This is the greatest wagon you're going to ever see.
He's acting sus. This one here, I don't know how it's possible. This one has a wooden flat tire.
Yeah, that happens to the... Listen, if the belly rim gets bent, then the iron tire actually can get like discombobulated. You gotta pop that off and get a new one on there. But this one's gonna be... Look, if you're in town of one of these bad boys, champ, I'm just picturing you hooked
Yeah?
up to the neck yoke of one of these.
Oh.
All they see is flames, bro.
Arnie, I need one of these, buddy. Arnie, give me some money.
I don't have that much money. I spend most of our money on our way back from Saddle Bottom.
Do you know how many mares I could carry around in this wagon?
No, I don't. How many?
6 mayor capacity.
Holy shit, at
For
6 mare
mares.
capacity?
And their little retinues that they always have.
That is insane. How many miles on this wagon?
This one was it was new. It's just I used it in the circle.
Yeah, with wagons, Arnie, you just have to trust. There's no way to tell. You just have to trust them.
Yeah.
Now, I see it's kind of written in white marker.
Do you want the wagon facts? I got the wagon facts on this one. It
Do you have
tells you
the-
if it's been in like
Yeah.
a wagon accident.
I prefer the Kelly wagon book. Do you have that?
Yeah, I have Kelly. Hold on. Kelly, I need your wagon book.
Okay.
Yeah, she's bringing it.
you
Thank
go.
you. She's out of
Hey,
breath.
does anyone want seltzer water?
How much?
A 9 penny?
I only have nay pennies.
Oh, Scuttles.
Wait, you have a bag of
Arnie
Scuttles?
pennies.
Don't talk
You
to
want
Kelly.
these Scuttles?
Kelly, get out of here.
Wait, I
Okay.
love Scuttles. Next time. Bye, Kelly.
Bye.
Ulysses, you're the oldest among us. You probably bought a few wagons in your time. Like, How should we approach this transaction?
First of all, I think we're the exact same age. Second
What?
of all,
I mean, I know I've aged a lot in the last 7 years being out in this rough environment.
I hear that when you take someone's life, it really does a toll on you. And sometimes it's hard to tell how old someone is if they've removed a lot of souls from this walking earth.
I have been described as grizzled.
I think I'm gonna look like 100 when I get out.
I can see right through you. You're borderline translucent, Whizla.
I'm almost a ghost. I'm an almost ghost.
You're an almost ghost. Sorry, how old are you?
Sorry, Ulysses, are you an almost ghost? We could almost ghost about together.
I suppose that the ghost state is not far off for me, so if you do expire down there at the bottom of that well, not accepting any help, and I do also shuffle off this mortal coil, then I'd be glad to ghost around old Hogswood with you.
Oh, that's like really nice to know, honestly. It's nice to know because like my biggest fear was if I become a ghost, I don't want to be a lonely ghost.
I know, it seems like a lonely lifestyle. But so is being an outlaw who does rights and goods where he does go.
Does rights and goods.
Whizla, if you became a ghost, would you be the kind of ghost that like curses people and then 7 days later you'd crawl out of your well and kill them?
No. If I could crawl out of the well as a ghost, that would be sort of like ironic. And that's not my deal. I'm all about being earnest. So I think I instead would just keep snatching apples as a ghost. And then when people come out and see a floating apple, and then I reveal my slightly more opaque form. And I say, hey, just tell me about yourself. You know, I would basically behave exactly as I do now, just I'd be a ghost.
But you'd be a ghost, yeah.
Who could float? Tormaline, I would hang out with you and maybe I could help you win the Wagon Circle next year.
That'd be great. Thank you. I will say that I did win it with sort of no unearthly assistance. And I would like, for our personal relationship, you to get out of the well. And I'm going to be the first one to say it. I don't think you can do it on your own. I think you've had 8 months to do it on your own. And I think if you could do it on your own, you would have. And I think you're just feeling one of the great sins, which is pride.
Yeah, pride cometh before the death.
Hang on.
Whizley, do you
Hang
have a
on,
pa
y'all.
or a ma or anyone that we can call on?
Oh, yeah, you can call my mom, my pa. You can call on my brother John, my brother Jeb, my sister Jenny. You can call on my
Wait, hold
cousin
on. I'm
Todd.
so sorry to interrupt,
Yeah?
Whizla. So your siblings' names all start with a J.
Those
Well,
were
that
all
was the
those.
beginning.
No, those were all siblings. Ma and Pa, Jeb, Jaw.
Oh.
Yeah, and I wasn't done. I skipped a cousin because I was going in chronological order of the 17 kids who all live in a barn together.
That's a
All
bushel.
It is a bushel. All of us Applesnatches living together under one raised roof.
Do you have a brother named Jack by chance?
Nope.
Oh.
He would have been with the Jays before
makes
I got
sense.
to
Yeah,
the
makes
Todds.
sense.
Yeah. And then we got a Rex, a Susifa, a Windella, a Whizla, and a Xavier.
Now,
Two
people don't know this, but
Whizlas.
Susifa is named after a sousaphone, which is a pretty cool thing to be named after.
Very cool.
Okay, just because you have a crush on them.
Well, it's not my fault if they're straight up walking around with washboard abs all the time. What am I supposed to do with that?
I
And
don't
why
know.
is their shirt cropped so high?
We ran
Truly
out of
just
fabric.
like shoulders and nips and nothing below it.
We all wanted crochets. We all wanted crochets, and we ran out of material. So we all have crop tops and short shorts.
Can I also recommend, I'm a horse, so I don't really wear shirts, but I've also seen people where they'll take a shirt and they'll shoot it full of bullet holes, and then they'll wear that, and it almost gives like a mesh look to it. It's really cool.
That is cool.
Tormaline, can I ask, what's your relationship with your parents?
I have no idea where they are.
Oh.
That's how we went. They went off and they took wagons to sell wagons in some other territory. And they said, this one's for you, Tormaline. And I said, that's right, it is. And if you ever show your face back in here, I'll run you out of town. Because this is where I sell wagons. Mom and Dad, that's my mother's name. My father, Dad and Mom, is in a different territory entirely. But yeah, that's the thing about people that sell wagons. Like, we're pretty territorial. You don't get a lot of wagon salesmen overlapping with other wagon salespeople. Excuse me, I'm a woman.
Yeah, that's just like apple snatches can be in a bushel, in a barrel, in a barn. Oh no, wagon teams, they are putting the I back in team. Only one in this.
That's right. We spell wagon team Tiim. There's 2 I's in it, and they're both me.
Wagon Tim. Wagon time. Wagon time.
Every town only has one wagon team.
So listen, let's talk brass tacks, which are very expensive. Mm-hmm. I don't have any of those, but I do
some
have
on my feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they keep my shoes on.
Oh, they use brass?
Yeah.
Huh. You need to get reshoed, probably.
Yeah, you need to get shoed properly with some nails there, son.
Huh, we'll see. What were you saying, Tormaline?
I was saying, what's it going to take to get you bad boys into one of these badass wagons?
Well, I have managed throughout my long and illustrious career as an outlaw who does good wherever he does go to save $12.
Okay.
$12.
Let me see what I got.
You were rich.
Hoo-wee, $12.
know.
My, oh my.
Looks
That's
like the
a lot
senators
of apples I
here.
could snatch.
That's right.
Well, I would like to donate one of those dollars to the fund for getting Whizla out of the well.
I don't like that fund. I can do it on my own.
You can't do it on your own. If you could do it on your own, you'll be out of the well by now.
Maybe could the fund just be money that's there for you to snatch when you get out of the well, so it's motivation? Like, look at this huge pile of money people put here that you can have if you get yourself
tried
out
that.
of the well.
I put an apple up on the rim of this well, and I said, don't you want to snatch it? She said, it wasn't the same if it's not on a tree or in a pie in someone's windowsill.
Hey, Whizla, I have this rope tied around the middle of my body here, and I tossed the other end to you. Do you mind biting into it just to make sure it's a real rope? Because I've been fooled before with chocolate ropes.
A chocolate rope? Well, that sounds like a treat. Seems like it's good either way for you. All right.
Trot. Did I pull her out?
Whoa, yeah, she's flying through the air right now. She's lost a lot of weight. Hold on. Put the table over the well before she falls directly back down into
Okay,
it.
everyone grab a part of the table.
No, too slow. She's back in
Too
the
late.
well.
How did you perfectly land back in there?
Because she went straight up. That's the physics of a rope that was over the edge of a well. It pulled her
physics.
up.
I have a rudimentary understanding of physics, and it shouldn't work that way, but
Listen.
somehow it did.
Listen, can I be honest? If we were faster, we could do it again because she's very hungry and definitely won't remember what just happened.
I was afeard it may come to this, though, if the rope trick ain't gonna work. I'm afeard I'm gonna have to murder that well.
Oh.
Ulysses,
How
no.
does... How
I'd
does...
like to hear more about how that would work.
Well, I assume that if I challenge the well to a gunfight, its honor will require it to meet me.
Yeah.
And then when I shoot it dead, it will spit Whizla out.
Huh,
Now-
doesn't it kind of tarnish your legacy to tell people you killed a well?
Not if the well was keeping a nice young lady trapped down in it.
I can't stress this enough. The lady is keeping the lady trapped down in the well. But if you need to paint history in such a way that this works for you, go for it. But listen,
Wait.
Oh,
I'm also a little hung up on if you kill the whale, who's to say I'll be well? Like, won't the whale and I die as one? I feel
yeah, I
very
think that's a
fused
decent possibility.
I feel very fused to this well at this point.
Well, damnation. I suppose I cannot murder this well then.
Well, damnation indeed.
I'm going to make you a deal, Ulysses. $6. And
Sell
you can
that
have...
wagon.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you say, Whizla?
I just said sell that wagon.
Yeah, no, $6.
Ulysses, take that deal. You could rent it out for 2 hours and make your money back. She was charging $3 an hour.
Not for this wagon. This wagon's a special wagon.
Wow.
This is a wagon that I recently acquired in the circle game.
Yeah.
And you may say, now hold on. This wagon looks pretty flat.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to ask you not to walk around to the back of this wagon. But I need you to trust me that this is a wagon.
Okay.
And not a standee painted to look like a wagon.
I have no reason to believe that it would be a standee painted as such. I've every reason to believe you, Tormaline. You seem like an upstanding young lady. And here are your $6.
And I throw that back on the ground. What is wrong with you?
What?
Don't you know to kick the tire rim when you're buying a wagon?
Oh, wait, the back half of the wagon just says rest of wagon is written on it.
Oh, no. I had sexual feelings for that wagon, and it turns out it's not real.
What the what?
Wagon screech? What? You know what? I'm proud of you, Tormaline, because everyone knows to be the wagon team of a wagon town, you can't just sell wagons to stupid dum-dums who don't know it's just a standee.
I can't get a reputation as someone who's some sort of selling lemon wagons. You guys know what a lemon wagon is?
Wagon full of lemons?
Almost. Sometimes people will paint a lemon tree to look like a wagon and sell it. And then when people try to drive it away, they realize it's a tree. It's extremely rooted in the ground.
Unbelievable.
So they can do that purely by painting it?
Yeah.
If they're real good at depth.
Now, if you buy wagons at Wagons of Orange, you'll never get a lemon.
No, you won't get a lemon.
I wouldn't have gotten a lemon.
At Wagons of Orange.
That's right. So, here's your $6 back.
Thank you very much, man.
And you can have this wagon, this flat one, if you want, Arnie. Because now I look at it and it feels dirty to me because of whatever you were going to do with it.
No, I'm not going to do anything weird with it, but I will take it.
Okay. So we're going to buy a wagon? Are we going to get my friend out of the well? Or what? What are we feeling like today?
Well, Tormaline, I'm afraid we have to take a quick break, and then maybe after that we can try and fling her in the air again?
From what?
Arnie, for what?
Yeah, what are we taking a break?
Why are we taking a break
Yeah,
from?
Why are we
Why do we
taking
take
a break?
breaks?
Life's for the living.
Well, this conversation we're having is going to be transmitted to my world, and people are going to listen to it, but there need to be breaks so that they can be
What do they
annoyed by the
do?
ad. Well, they listen to ads or they try to skip past them.
Because of a union, you have to take breaks.
Yeah, let's say, yeah.
Fly, you fools! Over to patreon.com/Magic Tavern right now and become a patron of the show. For only $5 a month, you get access to all of our wonderful bonus content and material and ad-free versions of the show.
Ulysses, what do you think? We're putting a lot of energy into trying to save this girl, but I don't know if she wants to be saved.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm afraid Miss Tormaline may be correct in that Miss Whizla just wants to stay where she is, and we have to honor and trust that she knows how best to lead her own life.
She definitely does it, but I think we have to let her do it anyway.
Well, Tormaline, you're one to talk. Young lady, you're in love with a man with the washboard abs, and you ain't following that dream.
I'm not in love with him. I just want to smash his bones so hard.
Then smash away.
I can't. He's always stealing stuff and running away real fast.
And that's just bad apple snatching. You're supposed to engage in conversation. It's an icebreaker. Oh, you send that brother of mine over here and I'll give him what for.
I feel like he's doesn't like me or something.
Who could not like you?
Yeah, exactly. Who wouldn't like you? If you want, I could shoot off one of his toes.
Whoa. Could you not? Only because I think that would actually accomplish what I'm looking for, but also, and do not shame me for what I'm about to say. I like his feet. I like his feet just the way they are.
Oh, yeah. One time we were in the swimming hole and Tormaline was like, damn, let me peep those feet.
Yeah, I'd already spent all day peeping his abs.
So did he have to do a handstand in the swimming hole?
No, he was just doing that thing where he floats on his back and only his abs and toes were out of the water.
Oh, my
He was still wearing a little...
Wait, where was his face?
Also out of the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Can you picture someone floating on their back? Wow. I did not expect that to get that response.
Sometimes with grown-ups, you have to tell them every single part for them to understand,
Sheesh
Tormaline.
Louise. Yeah, okay.
You know, it's just like you gotta wonder, how far do you gotta go? How far you gotta go? Well,
How far do you
Where you
gotta
gotta
go? Down the street? I don't know. Well, How far are you
Well,
gonna
I'll go far, and you got a wagon, and it's a coming down the track.
go? Man, I hope it's coming from me.
I hope it's got mail on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
usually it
mail.
does.
That's something I miss.
Come out and get your mail. It's piled up. It's right here, actually.
Oh,
Okay.
I have an idea. Whizla, how about let's put a sugar cube in your hand, and then let me lick that sugar cube, and that should sort of stimulate your nerves.
Oh, to bring feeling back into my arms?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
How do you sort of propose that
Okay,
you're...
I'll try it. Okay, I'll try it.
Okay.
Okay. Keep your hand flat. Oh, almost got a finger.
Why do all of Champ's plans involve him eating a sugar cube?
Yeah, I feel like this is just a very quickly constructed ruse for him to eat a sugar cube, which he also had. Like
Like if all of my-
he produced the sugar cube.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Look at her go.
Whoa!
Right back in there.
I thought we were gonna have water for the first time in a while, but I did get a cool idea of tying a string to a big flappy thing and flying it around, and I'll call it
A
a
kite?
Whizla. What'd you say?
A kite?
Yeah, I'll call it a kite.
Kite? What kind of fucking name is that? Explain
know.
yourself.
Well, I was thinking, oh boy, it's high. So I was
Okay.
thinking
That's where the I comes from.
that's where the I
Okay.
comes
And I
from.
really like to
Makes
catch
perfect
one, and that's
sense.
where the "k" sounds comes
All right,
from.
you're responsible for 1/4 so far. The other
And then I
three?
was thinking, it's all right.
Okay, now you have 3/4 of it, and now the K.
Because you gotta catch it.
Yeah, you gotta catch it.
Makes perfect sense.
I'm satisfied.
K for catch.
Can I just say that I inferred all that the moment you said cat?
Thank you. Thank
You're
you,
very
Ulysses.
welcome.
Not enough explanations of words are presented out of order.
Huh?
Never mind.
Arnie, explain yourself.
Please, please do.
Please do.
The "k" sound was last, but is the beginning of the word.
Right, but that's the
catching
order
it
you would do
comes
those
last.
things. Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Arnie, the way they explain it, the last thing you do is catch it, right? So why would you do K first if you're catching it last? It has to get away from you to catch it.
But then it would be called an "ite."
Arnie, does a circle have a beginning or an end? You had to catch it to let it fly, and then you gotta catch it again. Wherever the K goes, there you are. And that can be crocheted.
I can't tell if she's being wise or if she's slowly going mad from only eating well mushrooms for the last 8 months.
Hey, y'all, can I tell you a secret? You
Yes,
know,
please.
one of the things I love about being in the well is sometimes people whisper their secrets and wishes and dirty laundry, and I get to hear it and give them some advice or give them some feedback. I think I've been a ghost for months already.
That sort of explains why. Huh.
Why I'm translucent and why
Yeah.
I can float real high and why
Yeah.
the wind
Yeah.
done whipped me out.
Yeah.
That's why. That explains why the sugar cube fell to the bottom of the well, and yet I still went slurp, slurp, slurp.
That
It's
explains
sort of-
why part of the time you were like backwards and your arms were doing a thing that they should be able to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it explains why you've been in a well for 8 months and still can talk.
Right. After only eating mushrooms and moss and bits of bread bits and corn
Right, and
tack.
those mushrooms I'm pretty sure are poisonous, so probably you ate
They
them
killed
one
me.
time and then
Yeah.
died. Yeah.
And
You've
now
been
I
dead
am a
most of
ghost.
the
Well, this
time.
is a huge bummer for me, girl.
Come on, girl.
'cause-
Let me float on up.
Whoa!
Wow. Oh, I
No.
thought maybe she might be trapped in the well, like she has to just keep haunting the well. But no, she can get out.
It explains that skeleton that was right underneath her, too.
Oh, yeah.
Dressed
I was
just like
about
her.
to ask about that. I was like, you put your old dress on a skeleton, your old sundress.
And then sewed yourself a new one.
Well, I couldn't see it before because the ghost was in the way.
Well, your family's going to be awful sad about this.
Oh, yeah. Can we tell Ma, Pa? Well, actually, there's all this mail that built up. Let's open one of the letters. They might have inferred that you died. Let's check the first letter here.
Yeah, let's have the horse open the letter.
Yeah, open the letter, horse.
Okay. Got a paper cut on my tongue. Dear Whizla, you've been gone for a whole 24 hours. We'll assume you're dead. Love, Ma and Pa. Wow.
Now, was that my mom, pa, or my brother and sister?
Or was that my mom? Ma and Pa?
It just says M-A-P-A, and there's no space in between. Mapa?
Oh, no, that's Mayor Papachinko.
Well, the mayor knows you're dead, so he surely informed your family.
Oh, he's my betrothed.
Yeah, not anymore, friend. Sorry.
Oh, no.
That's a bummer, too. You were going to live in the big mansion. Maybe you still can.
Whizla
Yeah.
Pop 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 Pachinko. That would have had such a nice ring to it.
You should go for him, girl. He's a catch. If you're only into my brother for his looks.
Yeah. Do you think your brother would be okay being a side piece?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then, yeah, I think I will. Thank you for your permission.
Of course, girl.
But also, I don't know if I want to get tied down so soon.
Sure.
I got all these wagons to sell.
Yeah.
Sell some wagons. I guess I don't have a whole lot about my personality other than I'm a teen and I like to sell wagons. I feel like maybe if I lived a little bit more, I could discover more about me. Maybe one of the things that I also am, I'm a mayor's wife. Is that a good character trait? The wife of a different person. Is that good?
This wagon you tried to sell me earlier, you said it had a 6-mayor capacity.
Well, no, normal wagons have a 6-mayor capacity for mayors and their retinue, yes.
Oh, I see.
You could be in that retinue, girl, but I don't think that's the same as a personality. Here, in some of my dying days, which I'm unclear when they were, I crocheted this for you.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, and it says, I feel it in my bones.
I do feel it in my bones.
Welcome
Wow.
to the something. I ran out of crow.
That's okay.
That's so sweet, Arnie. I'm crying.
Looks like you're about
This
to
is
say
so
new
sweet.
age.
Yeah, welcome to your new age because you're waking up. You're waking up. But I think I was feeling something in my bones, which was
Sure.
poison.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Poison will get you.
Right.
That poison goes straight
Do you
to the
ever
bones.
kill someone with poison, Ulysses, or do you only ever shoot them with guns?
I've only ever shot a man with a gun for
Do you
doing
ever,
wrongs.
Have you ever dueled a man with a sword?
I once did have a sword, and a man was approaching me with a sword when I realized I had a gun, so I just shot him. I wasn't feeling very good that day.
Does drawing your weapon a lot, does it take a lot of, strength to do it?
Strength?
You're probably pretty strong, right? You probably have, a bunch of abs, right?
Yeah, Ulysses, open
Oh
up
yeah,
your
if
shirt.
you want
Open
to,
up
if you
your
want to
shirt.
look up here and there,
Woo-wee,
yeah.
you could
I'm
scrub
pretty
your
good
shirt
shape.
on that washboard.
All right.
And here, let
And,
me just put a sugar cube on there.
And right. Oh yeah, they're pretty.
Ooh,
They're pretty
they're
glistening.
glistening.
And so those boots, those are pretty old, right? You've walked around in those a long time.
Oh yeah, these are the oldest.
You probably
Ulysses,
you probably
take 'em
should
off.
take them off every once in a while, right?
Okay, yeah, it probably helped me let my toes breathe a little. Yeah, certainly.
Weird.
Oh, and take off your armadillo socks.
There we go. There we go. Socks off. There
good.
you are.
I'm good now. Can I say that I feel like, and tell me if anyone else felt this, but for a moment then I was just like, two perverts somewhere else were really enjoying what was happening going on.
Arnie, they're on to us.
I just got a vibe.
Hey, Arnie, Usidore, come here. What are you hiding those tumbleweeds for?
Well, we didn't want to disturb you. You seemed like you were involved in meeting this ghost, and we just didn't want to insert ourselves.
Those are the perv bushes. They're for pervin only.
Oh, no.
There's a sign right next to it.
That explains all the weird stuff we found back there.
Hey, I was waiting in line like everybody else.
Sorry, ma'am. These pervs will be out of your way in no time.
Thank you.
Usidore, you're a wizard from another world. Can you bring Whizla back to life? Do that real quick.
Ooh. Or could you do me one better, magic man from the perv bushes? Could you turn me into a wind spirit?
Well, I believe I could, if that's what you truly wish.
Wait, you're a magic man from another world?
Yes, I am.
Sorry, I didn't introduce everyone around. This is Tormaline, Usidore, Arnie. Everyone met everyone.
Yeah, I'm a non-magic man from another world, but actually before that I was from another world.
Oh, hey, I see this in your cargo packet. I'm sorry, I just gotta snatch this apple real quick.
Oh, Arnie,
shit.
you've lost your apple.
I snatched your apple.
You could
Oh,
take
she
an
took your
apple
phone.
snatcher out of her corporeal body.
My phone, I need that.
Well, I suppose, Whizla, if you close your ectoplasmic eyes
Okay.
and think about the wind,
She just calls them
Okay.
eyes, I'm sure.
breathe in the
Okay.
wind into what used to be your lungs.
Inherit the wind.
And then out-herit the wind.
Now name the wind. Now say the name of the wind.
Think of all the wishes that have been brought to you while
So
you
many.
lived in the well.
So many.
And now make a wish for yourself.
Bet I'm a
Don't
wind
say
spirit.
it.
Oh, shoot.
Well, if you said it, you can't know.
I guess a ghost can be a kind of wind spirit. I'll just kind of feel this out. My favorite thing about imagining being a wind spirit is that I could travel on the wind. And I bet a ghost can still do that. Oh, and I can help fly your kite.
Oh, thanks. I love that. That kite's gonna help me marry the mayor and shack up with your brother and sell these wagons. Oh, we could put words on the kite and fly it around.
Oh, and you know what mayors love is a key to the city. So tie a key to the city at the end of your kite, and you'll be sure to catch him.
Okay.
Wow, this is wild. And I don't know if this is the kind of information that I should share or not, but from the world that Usidore, the Magic Man, and I came from, there are versions of both of you. Tormaline, in that world, you're a dragon teen, not a wagon teen.
A dragon teen. What's that even, though?
Arnie, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, now that I think about it.
Like a big fire-breathing lizard thing?
Yes,
Big
exactly.
wings, loves hearts of gold.
Right.
Yeah, I got that bitch's number. We're the same. I'd be totally like that if I could.
And Whizla, in that world, you are a wind sprite.
I knew it. That's obviously why I wanted it. You know, I must be close to that. You know, death must put me close to my other paths. That's cool.
You think
That's
my
cool.
death would put me close to being a dragon?
No, girl, just close to gold.
Oh, yeah.
But Arnie, there's one mystery to solve here still. For there seems to be another version of Chunt and another version of you, but yet there seems to be no equivalent to the great and powerful Usidore.
Usidore. Arnie, he doesn't see it. Yeah. Ulysses, what do you see when you look at this magic man?
I see a handsome fella in a dress that
Yeah,
got a
pull up
pointy
your
hat.
dress.
Oh yes, here. It's a
Champ,
robe
give me
actually.
one- Champ,
but,
give me
but
one of
check
those
out
sugar
these
cubes.
abs.
Put that
Yeah,
here.
like, take a-
Hey, you could scrub a shirt on that.
Let me take my boots off here real quick, so you can see these glossy, beautiful toes.
All 10 of those.
Oh man, I picked the right time to get in line at the pervert bush.
Big, hey,
You're
no
cut in front
shouting
of
from the
me.
pervert. You cut in front of Kelly's mom.
Well, I'm out of here.
Back in the day, the pervert bush used to be quiet. People would just perv and keep to themselves.
That guy came
Now
so
that-
loud.
All about people knowing they're in the pervert bush. It's really
I bought
too
a
much.
fast pass. You gotta believe me.
Is there a room we can let or something? It was quite a bit of travel to get here. I think Usidore and I are going to have to stay here at least another week.
You could stay in the bottom of the well if you want to, but I
You
gotta
could
tell
buy a
you,
wagon and
my
sleep inside
skeleton's
it.
in there.
Or you could sleep in the well with Whizla's skeleton. But don't, because you're not going to be able to get back out, even if you think you can do it on your own.
That's true.
You can sleep in this wagon if you want, or I'm sure you could go back into the saloon. I'm pretty sure they have rooms there.
I think maybe, I'll try to get a real room, I think.
Well, I think I'm going to get a wagon. Would these 6 gold pieces be enough?
Yes. Now this is a man who knows how to buy a wagon. Okay, do you need any instructions or you sort of know what's up?
It's wood with a cloth covering that gets pulled by horses.
Yep, that's the bonnet. That's yeah, horses pull it. Do you
Got
have
it.
any horses?
Well, I have a friend who's a horse.
Fuck me. Every time. Moving and wagons. That's all I get asked to do. Don't become a horse.
It's really a wistful version of the theme, isn't it? Makes me a little sad. Although that might be the episode itself. Probably a little bit of both. Usidore the Blue and Ulysses de l'Amour were played by Matt Young. Champ, the talking horse, was played by Adal Rifai. Tormaline, Wagon, and Whizla, Applesnatch were played by special guests Reino and Jess, McKenna. Check out their delightful podcast, Off Book, where they fully improvise a new musical each episode. And if you want to hear more Reino, follow around any disinterested teen in your neighborhood and realize that's close enough. Hello from the Magic Tavern is an independent production, made possible by Patreon supporters like Drew, Josh Nicholson, Shibby, the entitled House Elf, Poppycorn, Luke Bovard, Sarah Lulo, Timothy Jansen, Corey, Julia Dunlap, nosy sitcom neighbor, Stephen and Cindy, Bree, Mitch Kennedy Smith, James Thorpe, Andrew Cook from Austin, Texas. Oh well, someday we'll get the support of Andrew Cook from Austin, Delaware. Dan Hutchins, Dave Rinaldo, Joe Chavez, Forrest D., and Charles in Minnesota. A universe away from Andrew Cook in Austin, Texas. Patreon supporters get ad-free versions of new episodes, the entire back catalog of previous seasons, and all of the spin-off series like Offices and Bosses, I Am Spintax, and Behind the Tavern. Plus, 2 completely new bonus episodes each month. Sometimes I offer a preview of these bonus episodes, but I'm not going to this time. To learn more about all the other bonus content, go to patreon.com/Magic Tavern. Hello from the Magic Tavern is produced by Arnie Niekamp, Matt Young, and Adal Rifai. Post-production coordination by Garrett Schultz. Huh? We're gonna leave the credit in there even while he's on vacation, okay. This episode edited by Chris Rathjen. Hello from the Magic Tavern logo by Allard Laban. Magic Tavern theme by Andy Poland. Cowboy World version of the theme by Eric Jacoby.